Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we are covering more first reactions and reviews coming from a recent premiere from a very highly anticipated movie. But if this is your first time here, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing, and clicking that bell. It helps the channel a lot. It's free, but it supports us a lot and it helps the channel go a long way. But I'm thoroughly excited for this movie, and the movie we're talking about today, or that we'll be at least covering, is Alien Romulus. It's premiered, it's had press screenings, and I for one am very excited to get straight into these. And I did just recently watch for the first time actually Ridley Scott's 1979 Alien. It'll be on the channel within the coming week leading up to Romulus, but it's currently on Patreon full length. So if you guys want to show even more support, you guys can go over there and watch along with me, but that's neither here nor there. But without further ado, I want to get straight into these, so let's go ahead and cover these reactions. The first one we have is a quick one coming from 𝙋𝙗𝙆𝙚 saying, Alien Romulus, hands down movie of the year. What a roller coaster ride. Wow, already off the bat, movie of the year, high praise, but it was short, it was simple. Let's go ahead and go to something more in depth, because this one comes from Black Gay Comic Geek saying, Alien Romulus is one of my favorite movies of the year so far, and it was made even better watching it in 40x. You think you know where the movie's going, but baby, that ending takes it to a whole new level. I was never big on the Alien franchise, but they made me a fan. Well, that's exactly what these movies are supposed to do, and I couldn't be more glad to hear that. I was thoroughly impressed by the first Alien, and I've heard that Aliens is even better, so I can't wait to dive into that. But the fact that this movie was so great that it made someone a fan really goes to show that this movie is probably fantastic, hopefully at least. And they're talking about the ending, and now I'm really curious. My gears are turning, and I'm really interested to see what exactly they're referring to. But the next one we got comes from Perfect Organism saying, I went to an early screening of Alien Romulus today. 𝙎 Alvarez was the perfect choice for this one. If you're a true Xenomorph fan, trust me, you won't be disappointed. I had doubts about the young cast too. Man, I was so wrong. The best sound editing experience of 2024. That last line, humongous. We've had movies like Dune and Furiosa this year, putting this movie up there on that quality of sound design and overall atmospheric-ism, I guess you could call it. I mean, that's just special praise, you know what I mean? That is something that you can't really take lightly, and I do think it's kind of an element in film that's starting to be lost a little bit. It needs more of an emphasis. You know, sound design is as important as the editing, as important as any other technical aspect, and hearing that as a highlight makes me so excited, because I'm going to see this in IMAX. I'm pretty sure it was filmed in IMAX, so I'm gonna, those speakers are definitely gonna be booming. But we're gonna go ahead and cover this next one, which comes from the Hat Guy over at the Escape podcast saying, ladies and gentlemen, Alien Romulus is by far the best movie of the year. It's the best in the franchise and maybe my new favorite horror movie. Can't wait to see it again, and I'm so excited for the world to enjoy this masterpiece like we did tonight. Now I am extremely jealous. I cannot wait to stuff popcorn in my mouth, or rather that have a BPM of like 130. I don't know. The movie, it just sounds like an absolute smash hit. It sounds like 𝙎 is passionate about the franchise and love, but also, he's a very capable filmmaker with a great eye for technical sensibilities and also the practicality of things. He's not one of those directors that steps in and is like, oh no, we can CG it. You know what I mean? Like, 𝙎 has put constant emphasis on the use of practical effects, and in this age where everything is kind of converted to CG to save costs, to save time, in a horror franchise, in a horror movie, practical effects is, you can't slight on it, and it seems like 𝙎 really understands that, and he's just a director that really gets it. And hearing how great these reactions are, this could potentially be his best film thus far. But we're going to cover another one coming from Sharon Haircut at the Movie saying, Alien Romulus is incredible, insane practical effects, a truly wretched human alien transformation, and an unexpected third act musical number that has no reason to work but completely does. 𝙀𝙀 screams, fights, dances, and sings herself into the final girl Hall of Fame. If that is the ending they are talking about, that sounds wild. I'm literally getting goosebumps. Like, now I can't even wait to experience that, because I'm really interested what they mean exactly. She's singing, so is this kind of a callback to Ripley in Alien, where she does the same thing, kind of, but it's more of like a hum. It's more of like a little low singing while she's getting ready to defeat the xenomorph. But that is very interesting. It seems like they're really paying homage to Alien. I do believe this takes place between the first and second movie, so I don't know how exactly that connects or how much is emphasized or shown in terms of those connections and that continuity. But I mean, seems really like 𝙎𝙬 is a humongous fan of the franchise, which is all you can ask, especially when you see a director tackling a franchise or a movie in a franchise that you love. You know, you want a passionate filmmaker in there, and 𝙎𝙬 seems like he is absolutely knocking it out of the park. But we're going to go ahead and cover another one coming from 𝙎𝙬𝙆𝙀 saying, Alien Romulus, the bitch is back. Was skeptical going in, but this is easily one of the better films of the franchise. 𝙎𝙬 doesn't disappoint. Awesome sound design and world building. The practical effects are so good that the film gave me nightmares. That's what I like to hear. This next one, though, comes from Big Screen Birkin saying, Alien Romulus is one of the best movies of the year. Oh my god. The most insane final act of a film I think I've ever seen. Straight to the point, very simple, and those are big words. You know what I mean? When people come out of these movies and we see them say things like it's the best thing I've ever seen, or the best this, the best that, you know, it's hard to take that to heart and rather not take it lightly, because those are such huge phrases and such a huge expectation is being put on a movie. But I mean, judging from what we've heard so far, it seems like the final act of the movie is phenomenal and is like jaw-dropping, and that's all you can ask for. You know, I want a movie to get better as it goes, to leave me walking out of the theater on a good ending rather than something that starts off well and ends bad. You know what I mean? But we're going to cover some more here. We got Z David Van Norman saying, I'm thrilled to report that Alien Romulus scared the shit out of me. It's smart, it's funny, it's horrifying. Alien fans will love it. 𝙎𝙬 played continuity chess very well. He's no rook. He's the king. Love to hear it. Loving all the kind of love they're throwing at 𝙎𝙬. As someone who was really excited for this, and I'm a fan of his Evil Dead remake, I'm really interested to see what he does with a bigger budget franchise like the Alien franchise. But this one comes from Tropical Joe saying, first thoughts on Alien Romulus. 𝙎𝙬 brought us back to the horror roots without compromising on the action. Great homages to the original while adding new elements to the franchise. Crazy ending. Definitely watch the OG and Aliens beforehand. 4 out of 5 for me. Love to hear it. And as you guys know, I did say earlier in the video, I have watched Alien. I'll watch Aliens during next week, I guess, but it won't be on the channel. Maybe for a little bit, because this does take place in between, so I kind of want to put out the Alien reaction and then Alien Romulus review and then the Aliens reaction, so it kind of flows in order, if that makes sense. But another one where they're really praising 𝙎𝙬 and kind of how he brought back the horror, but also that the spectacle is still great. And another person talking about the ending. I am really curious to see what exactly people are referring to. But the next one we got comes from CJ Lewis saying, thank you 20th Century for inviting me to the premiere screening of Alien Romulus. As a huge fan of the Alien series, this movie had everything I was hoping for and more. Seeing it in 4DX was insane. 12 out of 10. Love to hear it. This next one comes from the J Stoobs saying, I've seen Alien Romulus. 𝙎𝙬𝙆 remains undefeated. Get ready. And this next one kind of feeling a bit similar in the same vein a little bit, from Shelby Hallow saying, y'all aren't ready for Alien Romulus. You're just not ready. I love to hear that, but we're going to go ahead and cover about 3 more. This one comes from The Real Rejects, or Greg over at The Real Rejects, great YouTube channel, and he says, guys, I just saw Alien Romulus in 40X. 40X can sometimes be a bit hit or miss, but I actually thought it was enhanced for this film. I'm a big fan of the Alien franchise, and I feel like a lot of people are gonna be saying this. It's definitely the best Alien movie since Aliens. In the first half of the film, I was like, this is really great play on the Alien movies, and then the last half I was like, they are doing some really different things here. It is like just an intense fun thrill ride. I loved it. You gotta watch it in theaters, man, because you want to get immersed in that. It was great. 𝙎𝙬𝙆 knocked it out of the park. The acting was great too. Love to hear it. This next one comes from Matt Ramos. Quick reaction, The Real Soups, the homie saying, Alien Romulus was fucking awesome. Holy shit, that's probably the exact dialect and use of language that I'm going to be using walking out of the theater. But we are going to cover one more and wrap it up. This one comes from Beyond Fest saying, 𝙎𝙬𝙆 has officially done it. Alien Romulus weaves Scott's terrifying claustrophobia and Cameron's game over carnage to create an alien movie that sits with its predecessors and stands on its own. It is an absolute wrecking ball of a movie. See it big, loud, and scream. Big, loud, and screaming is what I will be doing. I'm going to see this on IMAX, but most importantly, you guys, leave your comments down below on the Alien franchise, how excited you are for Alien Romulus specifically, anything related to all of this. What's your favorite Alien movie? Rank the franchise or the movies that you have seen, anything. I love discussing with you guys down there. It's a ton of fun, and if you made it this far and you haven't, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing, and clicking that bell. Helps the channel out a lot. All 3 are for free. And once again, I did just react to Alien. It's up exclusively early over on our Patreon, but it will be up on the channel soon with reaction highlights. But yeah, those were the reviews for Alien Romulus, or all the ones that I could find at least, and it sounds fantastic, and I really do hope it meets expectations, because as of right now, it truly sounds like the franchise is back in a way, and hopefully this will inject something in the franchise that will hopefully spawn more kind of films of this quality from what we're hearing. But yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today. It's been your boy 𝙎𝙬𝙆𝙀, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next one.